Hi and welcome. Thanks for joining us for this live launch event. I'm Perry Peters, your host, and Moffat Product Manager here for our incredible range of Combi steamers. It's also a pleasure to have so many of our distribution partners with us for this significant product release. You know, the Australian and New Zealand teams have been waiting for quite some time to be able to position a Convotherm at a price point and feature set that can compete in the growing mid-price segment. Convotherm listened intently to the changing needs of the market and they delivered. Right features, reliable German engineering, best-in-class performance, all without breaking the bank. I encourage you to sit back and relax, enjoy this jam-packed session where we get to introduce you to the new Convotherm Max. Quite simply, for so many users, it's just right. Now we're going to cross over to Rainer Wassner, the Managing Director of Convotherm in Egelfing, Germany. He's going to talk to you a little bit more about Max. Over to you, Rainer.
Thanks, and also welcome from my side. It's great to see so many friends, partners, and customers here today at the launch of the Convotherm Max. It's a special day. It's a new beginning for us. Times are changing, and we have decided to reinvent ourselves. We asked you, what would it take to become more successful? You told us we need a complement to the Convotherm 4, an oven with two main USPs. It needs to have the right mix of performance and features at an attractive price. We listened and decided to develop a new line of Combi ovens. The Max idea was born. I'm Swedish. We have a word that apparently only exists in Swedish called lagom. It means not too much and not too little, just right. This became the guiding principle for the Max. We decided to develop an oven that was right for customers today and tomorrow. And rest assured, it's a real Convotherm. Where it says Convotherm on the outside, there is Convotherm on the inside. The Convotherm 4 remains the oven of choice for customers with the highest demands. For those with limited space or the need for flexibility, Mini is the right oven. However, we think there are customers that need the right mix of price and performance. And for them, we've developed the Convotherm Max. Where competitors are adding ever more features and functionality or making quality compromises to reduce price, we've decided to reinvent the Combi oven. Recent events has made it more relevant than ever. The right oven at the right price. Max just right. The father behind the Max is Phil Day-Delore, Vice President Europe and Asia at Wellbuilt. To conclude, I want us all to not see this as the end of the development, but rather as the starting point for the market success and winning new customers together. I hope you will enjoy the next 45 minutes. I know I will.
Thanks, Rainer. Okay, let's start the show.
Welcome to Egelfing, Germany, the home of Convotherm. We are proud and happy to introduce you to our new family member, the Convotherm Max. My name is Arndt Manta. I'm the responsible product manager here at Convotherm, and I'm your host for today's launch. What can you expect? Lots of information on features and functionalities of the new Convotherm Max, garnished with some nice cooking examples, information on marketing and serviceability. If you have questions, use our live chat functions. We will answer your questions in a question and answer session later on. Let's have a closer look at the Convotherm Max. With this clear, beautiful design, he fits perfectly into the design philosophy of the already existing product lines at Convotherm, the Convotherm 4 and the Convotherm Mini. He will be available as a 610 and a 1010 electro spritzer, always equipped with a fully automatic cleaning system which can be started without getting in touch with the chemicals just by the press of a button. And also for the future, he is very well equipped. He will be connectivity ready over Wi-Fi and LAN for a perfect data management. Now to the product details. The Convotherm Max is always equipped with an easy touch display. With this high resolution 7-inch TFT display, everything that is shown on the display is easy to read even from far. By using pictograms and the new swiping function, it's easy to use as a smartphone. Let's have a deeper look inside and open the door. Inside we find the airflow optimized cavity and the 10+1 level rack. At Convotherm, you always get one level more for more efficiency and more speed in cooking. The robust triple glass door of the Convotherm Max minimizes heat transfer, maximizes energy efficiency and increases environmental friendliness of the Convotherm Max. Inside the door we also find the powerful, long-lasting LED lights, which are perfectly illuminating the cavity. The door of the Convotherm Max is equipped with the practical slam door function, something that really makes your daily business easy in the kitchen hectic. You don't have to touch the door handle to close the door. The door handle and the handle of the hand shower of the Convotherm Max are made out of antibacterial antimicrobial materials that prevent reproduction of microorganisms over the whole lifetime of the Convotherm Max. And finally, the flexible feet of the Convotherm Max. The round stainless steel feet of the Convotherm Max look good and can be height adjusted in between 120 mm and 160 mm. And with the adapter, they're compatible to all Convotherm 4 stands. So much to the product details of the Convotherm Max. The Convotherm Max, the new product family of Convotherm, for everyone with great ambitions.
Hey there, my name is Chef Andy. I'm corporate chef by Convotherm at Welbe. And today I want to show you how Combi Steam actually works in our new Convotherm Max. Now we are coming to Combi Steam, the most important cooking method at all. That's the reason why people buy actually a Combi steamer. In our Convotherm Max, we have with our auto humidity always the perfect steam saturation. This allows you to actually do baking, roasting, gratinating at the same time, and each product gets the perfect amount of steam that it needs. Now I show you with a few examples how actually Combi Steam works. So you're tapping the chef's head, and in the center one you find Combi Steam. So now we are choosing a temperature of 170 degrees. That's more than enough for us to bake and roast inside the Convotherm Max. We are setting the time to infinity because we want to work later on with our tray timer. And the only thing that you have to do now is adjust the fan to level 3 for the best browning and evenness inside the cavity. We just tap the start button, the Convotherm Max goes automatically into preheating to create the right environment for our mixed products. All those different things we load now at the same time. One temperature, one cooking mode. But each individual product inside needs a different timing. So therefore we are using now our tray timer, where I can easily adjust each individual timer for each individual product. And with the new LED lighting in the door, I can clearly see how the muffins are rising nicely, and I see the browning starts on the toasties. The tray timer always reminds me when it's time to take one of my products out of the cavity. And now look to this browning of the toasties. Perfect browning, absolutely crunchy but not dry. And with our black baking tray, I can turn it and I have exactly the same browning and crispiness from the bottom side. Also our bread rolls coming out just perfect, brown and crispy. That's how we want them. The muffins, you see the volume is like 3 times higher than it was before. This is with the perfect steam situation. Perfectly brown. And now let's have a look inside. Oh, absolutely fluffy. Look to our rosemary potatoes, nice browning, got a crisp outside, and when we open it, it's soft and it's not dehydrated inside. Our pasta cutting, look at the surface, even, brown, but when I take the spoon now and take a portion out, you see the cheese is just soft. It's not rubbery, it's not oily. That's how we want our cheese, perfectly melted. And last but not least, we got our chicken on root vegetables. You see also here the skin, nice brown, crispy, and the meat inside, absolutely juicy. And all the root vegetables below got all the flavor that we want. You can see here now what is actually possible to do in Combi Steam. So this speeds up your cooking process in your daily business massively. It saves time and it saves money because you load everything together that fits from temperature and cooking method at one time. And with our Convotherm Production Manager, you have everything under control. The results are always getting perfect. What has to be brown, it will be brown and crispy. What has to be fluffy, will be fluffy. Let's go to convection air. Simple, dry, hot air. It's perfect for roasting, grilling, frying, baking. But to get the most out of it, you need the right trays. The black tray for perfect baking and roasting, the grill for perfect intense grill marks, and the frying baskets for crispiness all around. In convection air, we have a wide range of different cooking applications. We want to start with baking in perfection. Then we want to go into roasting, grilling and frying in an a la carte situation. And then we have a look into frying of crispy chicken in a fully load. Let's start with baking. And therefore we are using now our cookbook. Here I can find Convotherm profiles and also I can create my own one. Working with profiles is the most easiest way. It's all icon driven and you can see I can swipe up and down. I'm selecting now the picture of the croissants. And immediately you can see the profile actually shows up. And here you see we are in convection air, we are using 165 degrees. The time you see is 19 minutes and 30 seconds. And here we are using now a feature called Bake Pro that you find under the plus. It's activated on level 3. And with Bake Pro, we are actually able to use frozen pre-proofed croissants. What you normally have to defrost it, we can go from deep frozen directly inside without thawing time. What you need outside 30 minutes for it, we are doing in 3.5 inside the Max. So you can see all the settings to achieve best croissant quality are already set. All I have to do now is tap the green start button and the Max goes automatically into preheating. The preheating is finished, and here you see now this massive amount of raw unbaked croissants. So we just fill up every shelf position inside our Convotherm Max, but thanks to our airflow management, there is no more hot and cold spots. The top, the center and the bottom tray all will look the same. Perfect, brown, fantastic volume. The croissants are ready. Let's take them out and place them all on our counter to show you the evenness and the perfect volume. This is the best croissants ever. Fully loaded, every croissant looked the same. When I look inside, just perfectly baked. And with our black baking tray, when I flip it around, you see also the bottom side crunchy and crispy. That's actually what we want. Let's convert this bakery now into a nice a la carte restaurant situation. And here I prepared a lot of different items already for you. Here we go now for roasting, grilling and frying. We want to do some tomahawk steaks. We want to have some breaded meats. We want to grill some salmon, some grilled vegetables, antipasti, some potato wedges and some grilled corn chops. How is it in an a la carte situation? It's busy. People forget something. To make the life easier for the chefs, we are using now our automatic cooking feature, Press and Go. Here you see now categories. You can always create your own category, and we are using now the category a la carte. And under this category, you see all the products that I just mentioned before. I'm choosing now my first product, and this will be the potato wedges. And immediately you see the Convotherm Max goes into preheating. The preheating is finished, and you can see now the tray view pops up. The beauty here is that I'm not adjusting any time or temperature. I'm actually adding the profile on the shelf position that I want. And for our potato wedges, I'm starting now from top to bottom, so I'm selecting tray position number 1. So now I want to add another product. So I press the plus, that brings me back to my profile selection. So the unit actually offers me all the profiles that fit together with my potato wedges. So now I'm choosing breaded schnitzel. You saw all the products on the counter, so I fill up now our tray view with all the profiles we want to cook. You can see now all the shelves are occupied, but the only thing you see is the name and the time that is clocking down. We don't have to think about time, temperature, cooking mode or extra features. All actually is done with our production manager, with our Press and Go. And that means for me that whoever is actually using my equipment, the steak, the wedges will always coming out in the same quality. So the Convotherm alerts, and with the tray view I can see exactly which tray I have to remove. Everything is done now. You can see we have all the products here in front of me on the counter, and we have fantastic grilled tomahawk steaks, nice brown and crispy breaded schnitzel. We have grilled vegetables with nice grill marks on. We have our grilled corn chops. Also the potato wedges are nice, crispy all around. We have grill marks, we have crispiness, we have browning. And with the right trays we just used, you don't see any difference that this was made 100% in our Convotherm Max. This looks like out of a fryer, out of a grill, and just perfect. We did 3 different main courses, including the sides, and we didn't talk at all about time, temperature or cooking mode. This is Convotherm production management. So now after this fine dining a la carte grilling, let's put the Convotherm Max in a stress test. I prepared therefore a fully load of raw marinated chilled chicken. And these we want to make brown and crispy at one time. I created a profile for those chicken and I find it in the cookbook. Now I select the chicken and let's have a look what is going on inside the profile. We can see we are still in convection air and we are using 230 degrees, but you see the time is only 18 minutes. That's probably not enough for a fully load of raw marinated chicken. But when we look down there, we can see we have a two-stage recipe. So let's have a look over there and we see there is another 12 minutes, 230 degrees, still convection air, but now with crisp and tasty to ensure that the chicken is also getting brown and crispy. Raw marinated chicken contains a huge amount of water, and with crisp and tasty we are releasing the steam that helps us in the first step to keep the chicken moist, and now we want to make it brown and crispy. All the profile settings are there. The only thing I have to do is press the start button. The Convotherm Max goes automatically into the preheating. So the Convotherm is hot, ready to load up the chicken inside the oven. And I'm starting from position number 1. And as you can see, I'm using now 11 shelves. So here we have an additional extra tray again. That means 2 extra kilo of grilled chicken. That's pure money for me. When we have a look inside, here you see now the advantage of those frying baskets. The hot air makes the chicken all around, top to bottom, brown and crispy. The Convotherm gives us the signal that the chicken is ready. Let's open the door and take the chicken out. It's 22 kilos of perfectly brown and even crispy chicken. From top to bottom, all looking the same. And let's have a look inside how juicy they are. So you can see I just chopped the chicken leg in half through the bone, so there is nice maroon color, no blood is coming out, so that means it's fully cooked, and that's just pure enjoyable to eat. Outside crispy, inside juicy, 22 kilos in just 30 minutes. Perfect quality. So most people think when we talk about steaming just of vegetables, but the Max can do much more. With the Convotherm Climate Management, I'm even able to do delicate items like proofing of homemade bread dough. The temperature range is from 30 degrees to 35 degrees. Sous vide cooking, temperature range in Convotherm Max, 42 degrees up to 55 degrees. Delicate items like dumplings, sausages by 80 degrees, perfect results. Rice, vegetables, the classic items, 100 degrees steam. For baked potatoes, quick steam from 100 to 130 degrees. Helps you to keep the product moist but force the temperature in the core. So you see, just ordinary steam, you have 5 opportunities to do the best food ever. And now to open up your mind, we do something special where you wouldn't expect to do this in steam. We are using now quick steam to do the best pulled pork ever. So for that, we are going into steam mode, adjusting the temperature to 125 degrees. And we are not working now with time, we are using our multi-core probe in our Max and setting the temperature to 95 degrees for the core. The only thing what I have to do now, I have to press the start button and you can see immediately the preheating starts to have the right environment. So in the meantime where the Convotherm Max is preheating, I got time to prepare the final steps for my pulled pork. I fill it up with a little bit of stock. This gives us later some additional flavor for mixing. Alright, there we are. The Convotherm Max is ready to go. Just open the door, place the tray with the pulled pork in, and now take the core probe, put it in the center of the pork shoulder. And close the door with the slam door function. So from now on, I got time, Convotherm Max will take care and you will be surprised about the result. So the signal is there, Convotherm Max reminds me to take out now my pork shoulder, and you can clearly see this doesn't look steamed, this looks like a roast. So we have a nice coloration, and now I want to show you how soft it is. So for that, because we want to do pulled pork, I remove the skin. Normally the skin is important, crackling, but here we don't need the skin. And now I use my hands and it's just falling apart and you can clearly see each structure. It's juicy. So now we are doing a little bit different pulled pork. We are not using the normal barbecue sauce style, we are doing the Cuban style, so that's more refreshing. So we have chili, we have garlic, we have lemon, so this brings the power. So like you see now, we have a beautiful pulled pork, and this one you can use for so many different things. We will now use it for the best burger in town. Now you can see, steaming in the Convotherm Max is much more than just steaming vegetables. As you can see, after a hard working day and after a lot of roasting, the Convotherm Max is oily, it's greasy and has a lot of dark spots. So here now we start our fully automatic cleaning. And I'm selecting now just the water drops on the user interface. This brings me now to the cleaning selection. So here the beauty is I can actually find the right cleaning level that I need for my oven. On top we can see a water flush. This is not really a cleaning, this is for during the day when you have a few burned bits and pieces like breadcrumbs flying around, then you just can make an 11 minutes water flush. Then we have express cleaning. This is also meant for during the day cleaning. That means it only takes 30 minutes in this case. This allows you with chemicals to make a quick cleaning in between. There is a rinse on the bottom. So when your oven is in a front cooking area, just make a rinse and then the stainless steel is more bright and shiny again. Here now I can choose between light or heavy cleaning. For now, since we've done so much roasting, I will choose the heavy cleaning. And immediately the unit tells me to open the door and have a look inside, that there is no more food items, trays or baskets are left inside that could interrupt the cleaning cycle. Most of the chemicals are really aggressive, so you always have to wear protecting gear. What you see here is history. In the Convotherm Max, you don't need gloves or tablets. Actually, you're not getting in contact with any chemicals at all. It starts the fully automatic cleaning by itself, and because it's a recirculating cleaning system, it's also environment friendly. And that means it consumes the minimum amount of water and chemicals. So you don't have to stay around during the cleaning. You can do this at the end of the day and you can go home. The Convotherm Max is going in a standby mode. That means at the moment you're coming back, the unit is ready to use again. The unit looks always like brand new.
So I think you'll agree, Max looks pretty amazing. But you know what, don't just take our word for it. Let's head across to one of the most awarded restaurants in Australia who's had a Max on trial for the past 2 months. Let's have a chat to Ben Shuri at Attica.
Hey guys, well, welcome to Attica. I'm down here at a little restaurant in Melbourne, some of you may have heard of. I'm here with owner and chef Ben Shuri. Now Ben has brought this restaurant into best restaurant in Australia, top 20 in the world. And so when we're looking for a test bed for Convotherm Max, there's no better place. So Ben, do you want to talk a little bit about who Attica is and how you sort of transitioned a little bit during this pandemic time?
Yeah, so we're a small restaurant, local restaurant, independent. I'm the only owner here, and we've got about 42 employees. And the pandemic hit us pretty hard at the start, but we flipped immediately into takeaway and delivery. We do a huge different array of meals, from meals for $30 to meals through to $380, and they're all delivered to your home. Mashed wines, multi-course tasting menus, lasagnas, a variety of different cakes, you name it.
So you'd say your volume's probably gone up in your actual production from your general restaurant dining room. Volume must be through the roof.
It is.
We know you've got some Convotherm cores in your main kitchen there, and you've asked for a Max down here to test for the last couple of months. Why Convotherm?
Well, I really appreciate quality. That's what I'm all about. Anybody that I associate with, doesn't matter what professional capacity, it's got to be the best quality. When I look at Convotherm, that's what I see, from the design to the performance. And I mean, they're just such beautiful appliances. For me, I can't have anything less than the absolute best.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's why I use Convotherm.
We love having your support, Ben. So the Max has been here about 2.5 months, and it's been a bit of a secret test, but it was the first unit in Australia. How's the Max been going in your kitchen?
It's a terrific oven. You know, if you didn't know the difference between the two models, it'd be hard for us to tell that this was a step down. So you go to the bell.
Business as usual.
It's an absolutely brilliant machine, and it just cooks so many different things to such a high level. It's such a kind of Swiss Army knife of kitchen tools, and we'd be stuck without it, to be honest.
Perfect. And the team love it?
The team think it's great. I mean, it's like the greatest joy having this oven in the kitchen, I've got to say. It's absolutely transformed our kitchen.
All right, great to hear, Ben. Thanks for your support, and back to you. Now it's time to hear from another Max user. Let's cross to Baroque in Singapore.
Baroque Grill is a celebration of good food by celebrating the rustic art de la table between friends and family, all in a sharing experience, and of course with all those traditional dishes with a twist. Well, we are very happy to be in a Bib Gourmand since 3 years already in a row. It's an amazing celebration every year, and I think is really that rustic cuisine, and the fact we're doing everything from scratch. That means we only buy the product from raw, and we do everything in house. So that means the dry sausage, the pâté, the ham. We don't buy any of that. We do everything from scratch. Since we have the Convotherm Max, we are very happy because we are able to save time and have a more precise cooking. Since we're cooking overnight, since we have that oven, and we have different functions, so it's pretty amazing because we create recipe. One recipe, you can have 3 different types of cooking. Overnight, we put it in the oven at 11, we come back in the morning at 8. The product is finished, it's beautiful. So really we save time on that, because the cooking and the option that you have on the Combi, the steamer, you have some specific option, like the crisp and tasty, which keep all the heat into the oven. I mean, is really impressive, really impressive. As we know, it's more and more difficult for the labor, for the hours in the kitchen. So I really think that with that technology, helping on that side as well. When the restaurant is full, we're going faster with a faster cooking. Like, for example, the bread, we crust the bread before each service, and the crust is amazing. And so the oven can be full, and we can still making some amazing meats, and the crust around the tomahawk, the beef, the Wellington. So actually, we are less in pain in the kitchen because we can deliver faster, and that's what is amazing, with a better precision and exactly the same quality as we did before. So it's really a gain for us, but a gain for our customer, which they will not wait too long for get their amazing food. So it's really great. Really happy about the oven.
So there you have it, another amazing product from Convotherm with Max. Before we get to your questions, which you can ask in the box on your screen right now, and I'm happy to answer, you probably want to know when you can get your hands on Max. The great news for the Australian and New Zealand markets is Max are on their way now, and we expect them in mid-November. I encourage you to get in contact with your Moffat rep and come and see Max for yourself. I'm sure you'll be as impressed as we are. So the first questions are coming through. Just see if we've got one ready to go. Okay, here's one. Is a core temperature probe included, and are there any other accessories available? Great question. So what we've done in the Australian and New Zealand markets is we've made the 4-point core probe included with all units. So no need to option that. That comes standard with your pricing. The hand shower is an accessory because not everyone wants the hand shower, or for example, you want to double stack your unit. You just need to put one hand shower. They're very cleverly fit underneath the unit and is retrofittable and very, very cost effective. Are there any cooking profiles included with Max, or just those by the user as they program it? Of course, with Convotherm, just like with Mini and with Convotherm 4, the Max comes jam-packed full of fantastic programs to get you started. Of course, you can put your own cooking programs in. There's plenty in there to get you through. There's great categories also in Press and Go, and I'm sure you'll find everything you need in Max. I know on Convotherm 4 the units have an additional tray runner. Is that the case on the Max? Great point and a great question. So of course we talk about a 6 tray and a 10 tray, but of course with Convotherm you do get the extra shelf. We know that the 65mm Gastronorm tray is probably one of the most commonly used in kitchens. So Convotherm very smartly give you an additional tray runner. So in a 6 tray you can always fit 6 65s, in a 10 tray you can always fit 10 65s. But the upside is if you use a smaller tray, you've effectively got a 7 and 11 tray Combi oven. So just like Convotherm 4, exactly the same. Good question. Is the disappearing door available on Max? No, it's not. Of course, we have the full Convotherm 4 series, an amazing premium product, things like the patented advanced close system, and of course the patented disappearing door can make such a difference in those tight spaces. Not available on Max? Yes, available on Convotherm 4. And I think we'll take one last question now. Does the Max record food safety data, HACCP data? Yes, of course it does. And just like I said before, with Wi-Fi, USB and LAN connectivity, you can access that food safety data from anywhere very simply, and you've got perfect compliance every day of the week. So great questions there. I think we'll get through those questions. I'm sure if you have more, you can contact your Moffat rep. We'll be able to run you through all of that. And like I said, get online, check the Moffat website. There'll be plenty of information on there as well. That concludes our presentation on Max. From all at Moffat, I thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you soon in one of our showrooms to come and see Max for yourself. Take care.